What's going on, Soul Tribe? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and bringing another little nugget to add to the Soul Tribe archive. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about Venus and Scorpio in the fourth house. Now, when you think about Venus in our chart, Venus's function is to magnetize. You can think of Venus as the things that you love, the things that you find beautiful, the things that bring you just that sense of harmony. Venus is how we find that purity and how we create and how we express that beauty outside of ourselves as well. And then you have with the energy of Scorpio. Scorpio is the fixed water sign, and they are ruled by Mars. And there is this power that comes with Scorpio because they have the ability to feel emotions probably deeper than any other sign, because they have this fixity on it, and they can utilize that energy. Especially, I find when Scorpio is going through some tougher emotions, they can channel that energy and transmute that into something completely, some a work of art, a whatever this happens to be. So there is an amazing ability, especially with that, having that Martian fuel behind them, of what Scorpio can accomplish. And then you have the fourth house, which is one of the angular houses, and it's a strong house. It is considered the house of houses, as far as like your home space. It is associated with the parents. In traditional astrology, it was more so likened towards the father, but I like to kind of just lump it in with parents. But just keep that in mind. And then also too, it can deal with the end of life as well. Now, when you combine all of this, I love that Venus is in the fourth house. That gives her a very kind of strong base there, which I think is going to be something that helps her, because with her being in Scorpio, that's where Venus experiences her detriment. And so she just has a bit of trouble functioning in this sign. Now, this is someone you would have a Leo rising. So some things that Venus is going to be in charge of is going to be like your career, and would be your house of like your communications, your siblings. And so I could see this as someone who could either, maybe you do some creative works at home, possibly. Maybe when you found a way to channel your emotion, because this could be a very creative place or very creative placement for Venus, especially if you find yourself feeling like intense joy. Express that. When you're feeling this sorrow, express that. Find a way to create with that, whether you're doing art, whether you're doing things around the home space. Maybe you're creating certain spaces for different feelings that you may be having. Or if you're working with like an apartment, maybe you just have this real kind of general vibe here. But I feel when your home space is intact, then that's going to really kind of help you understand where you want to be, as far as like where you could climb in your career. Maybe you do something where you're working from home, or maybe you happen to, that could be a number of things that can balance out there. But I could also see this too, if you had any sort of like, maybe let's say Venus has some tough aspects to, or maybe there was some hardships in the home space, some things that you've been harboring. Maybe it was something to do with siblings. Maybe you felt like you were, maybe what you wanted to be wasn't put on you. Maybe you wanted to be a zoologist, but your parents were like, no, you got to become a banker or something, whatever that looks like. But if you have some things that you are harboring and that you've been, I would say, finding ways to help move that. Again, I think the home space could be something that could be providing an environment for you to process these emotions. And I would even think where, if it's something where you need to talk with like a therapist, possibly, and this is not medical advice or anything, but doing it from the home space might be something that is advised. Maybe doing some kind of online, just so that you can have that sort of safe space to kind of process this. I don't want to say that this is someone who's going to end up being just like a hermit their whole life, but it's just that I think that home can be a great place to really, you want that to be a space where you can recharge and pay attention to the things that you have been attracting from the emotions that you're feeling, even from the emotions of other people's as well. Really want to look down to the root cause of, especially if you're noticing certain things that you're having troubles moving through. Because where Venus can attract very well, she has troubles more so I think letting go. I think than Mars, who's able to move things, move the energies a lot quicker than Venus does. So that's something I feel like to consider. But again, I can see this as someone who does very great as far as like community, or excuse me, like interior design. Maybe you do some stuff for your community possibly here. Maybe you try to do some things around your neighborhood, around where your home space is at. So that could be something, because Venus would affect that placement. So, and I'd even advise something too. Get to know your neighbors. Get to know something you who knows where have host little events at your place, and see where that leads. You might make just some really great friends along the way. Some people who may be able to surprisingly help you through when you're maybe having some tough times around the home space or something along those lines, or maybe processing some tough things. But yeah, those are some thoughts that I have. And I would definitely, too, one last thing, just learning, because I feel like where you would learn how to attract, or what you learned to found beautiful, would have a very strong influence around the home space. So again, just analyzing where, making sure that the things that you find beautiful, the things that you value, are yours. That's just something I just want to add in there too. But I would love to hear, if you happen to have this placement, how you are working with this. What are some things that have been coming up? How have you utilized this tool? And yeah, I would love to get all the fourth house Venus and Scorpios all together, get on a live, and yeah, just kind of exchange notes and see the commonalities and the differences that may have happened depending on what's going on in the chart. So, looking forward to talking to you, and yeah, thanks again for always stopping by here. And until the next one, stay mindful out there, keep raising that vibration through the roof, seize the day and the night. You're just always abundant, blessed, love it, and I will catch you on the next one. Later.